It's Friday, March 4th, 2022. It's 1:30 p.m., 59 degrees Fahrenheit. We're going to do a walk of the DELMAR Loop. We're in University City, which is part of St. Louis County. The boundary line of the county and city is real close to here. First, I want to show you this house right here, 6311 Washington Avenue. This is where Jimmy Doolittle lived between 1932 and 1938. He was a flight instructor in World War I and one of our heroes in World War II. He led the Doolittle raid in the Pacific Theater after the Japanese bombed Pearl Harbor. He's an aviation pioneer and expert, and he lived here in St. Louis for quite a few years while he was a pilot for Shell Oil, the Shell Oil Company. I showed you that building in the Walk in Downtown St. Louis video. And he received the Medal of Honor from Franklin Roosevelt for his heroics in World War II. He led the Doolittle raid. Everyone knows that. And Jimmy Doolittle lived right here. So the DELMAR Loop, also called the U City Loop, it's just a block away up there. We're going to be doing a walk of that. Okay, we are still in University City on the very western edge of it here in St. Louis County. And at this house right here is where Pat Buchanan lived in the 1960s at 8333 DELMAR. So the loop is a couple miles east of here. He was on CNN's Crossfire and an original member of the Capitol Gang, which was one of my favorite shows. And he worked at the St. Louis Globe-Democrat, and he lived here in the 60s. Ran for president 3 times. He was a Republican in 92 and in 96. Won the New Hampshire primary in 96, as well as Missouri. He was a Reform Party candidate in 2000. He got a lot of votes in Palm Beach, Florida, which may have been intended for Al Gore. We'll never know, but that's all history now. So he's seen it all. Pat Buchanan still has a mug from when he worked at the St. Louis Globe-Democrat. So he lived right here in University City. His very first journalism job was right here in St. Louis, and he worked for Presidents Nixon, Ford, and Reagan. Pat Buchanan. Okay, we're at the DELMAR Loop now. Here, some people call it the U City Loop also. We're in University City in the St. Louis County. We will be it does cross into the city down that way. This is a vibrant hub of entertainment and dining. 2 early landowners, one was from Delaware and one was from Maryland. That's where it gets its name. And we are roughly about 9 miles away from the arch. And the St. Louis Walk of Fame is along here. This one's William Greenleaf Eliot. He's one of the founders of Washington University here in St. Louis. His grandson's T.S. Eliot, the famous poet and playwright who won the 1948 Nobel Prize in Literature. T.S. Eliot's one of the original 10 stars. He's along here somewhere. This one's for Michael McDonald, the singer. Here we got Ozzie Smith. Everyone knows him. Cardinal shortstop. Okay, so we're going to walk along here. I'll try not to get stopped up too much with those stars along the Walk of Fame. See, they're all along here. This was named one of the 10 great streets in America by the American Planning Association in 2007. Nelly's video for Air Force Ones was shot here. And he references the loop in country grammar. Nellie and Murphy Lee, both from the St. Lunatics, they went to U City High School, which is a couple miles away from here. Here's William Danforth. His grandfather founded Ralston Purina. This St. Louis Walk of Fame started in 1989, and there were 10 stars for the first few years, and since then there's been no more than 3 each year. That one was Red Schoendienst to the Cardinals. So it is 2:15 p.m. There's Kevin Kline, the actor. And it's about 60 degrees Fahrenheit. 2:15 p.m. Friday, March 4th, 2022. William Inge, another famous playwright. Now here's where vintage vinyl is. There's Chuck Berry right there. This was the Varsity Theater until 1988. They started playing the Rocky Horror Picture Show there in 1976. It's now vintage vinyl. Now that's Fitz's Root Beer. That's actually started in 1947 in Richmond Heights. It was there until 1976, and then it closed, and in the 90s opened up down here. They sold burgers and fries at first with the root beer in Richmond Heights, a suburb of St. Louis in the county. There's that Chuck Berry statue over there. That's done by Harry Weber. He's also a St. Louisan. He also did the Lewis and Clark statue on the downtown riverfront, as well as most of the Cardinal statues outside Busch Stadium, not the Stan Musial one though. He also did the Dred Scott statue in front of the old courthouse. Harry Weber, he did all of those. Here's another look at vintage vinyl. Well, here's Blueberry Hill. There's Lou Brock, the star for Lou Brock. Blueberry Hill. Chuck Berry played here every month at the Duck Room. There's the Ukraine flag there at Blueberry Hill. Alright, we're just looking at that board for a while. Interesting to see what it says. Right here in front of Blueberry Hill, Scott Joplin. He's one of my favorites. The king of ragtime right there. The house he lived in here in St. Louis is a National Historic Landmark. I've done a video on it. Wasn't able to film in there, but I did play clips of 4 of his songs. Here's Chuck Berry right here. Scott Joplin and Chuck Berry, these are part of the original 10 from 1989, the very first year. They're in the first 10 right there. Chuck Berry and Scott Joplin. There's Bob Costas, Stan Musial. Tennessee Williams, another very famous poet and playwright. Different type of cuisines and that from all over. It's a culturally diverse hub of entertainment and dining. El Maguey or El Maguey, some people say over there, Mexican restaurant. Here's Tina Turner. She worked in the maternity ward at Barnes Jewish Hospital. Susan Blow started the first kindergarten in the United States. She's right there. Here's the landmark Tivoli Theater, opened in 1924. Closed down for about a year from about in 1994 to 1995. Phyllis Diller right here. William Burroughs. And one of the founders of St. Louis there, Auguste Chouteau. Bob Gibson, he's one of the best. Betty Grable, the #1 pinup girl of World War II. And she worked down on Laclede's Landing in the grocery store down there. Henry Shaw. But we don't have time to go over all of them. My goodness. About Henry Shaw. Here's Harold Ramis. Animal House, which was inspired by his stay at the fraternity at Wash U. Also Caddyshack, all that stuff. He was in Ghostbusters, Harold Ramis. Joe Garagiola. Now we seen where he lived on the hill in the Hill video, Joe Garagiola, and here's Yogi Berra, his best friend. Here's Yogi Berra right there. Here, I'm gonna go see Joe Garagiola also. Here, his star. We don't want to leave him out. He also won a World Series with the Cardinals. You bet he did. And he's a Ford Frick Award winner for broadcasting as well. And we've seen both of their houses right across the street from one another on the Hill video. There's a look at that Tivoli again from over here. There's Miles Davis. He's from East St. Louis. Great jazz player. There's so much to, you can hardly look at everything all at once here.
Yeah, it's like a blow out of place. It's a new style. I'm bringing it in.
Okay, here we go. Kate Chopin. Here's another Danforth, John Danforth. He's a senator. Now, those stars are interesting. We could talk about those all day, though. The Peacock Diner over there. Blick art materials. Robert McFerrin Sr. My generation knows his son, Bobby McFerrin. Don't worry, be happy, he sung. Now the stars are over on that side as well. They're on both sides. It's a Peacock Diner over there. There's Mission Tacos. Well, the stars have ended over on this side, but they're still going over there, I can see. Okay, so we're at Skinker here, DELMAR and Skinker. We're in the city now of St. Louis. So we've crossed over from the county into the city at this point. Once you get up this far. There's the pin-up bowl there. Moonrise Hotel. Okay, the stars have now, they're re-emerging again up here. Got Hale Irwin, the golfer. We're definitely in the city now. Cedric the Entertainer was the first one in the city, I think, is what I've heard. So we've crossed the boundary somewhere right along there. And Cedric Entertainer, he's the first star in the city portion of this. As we went from the St. Louis County into the city there. So there's Cedric the Entertainer. Curt Flood, he was a great outfielder for the Cardinals. Here's Whitey Herzog. Here's the pageant, great place for concerts. Scott Bakula, he's got a star. This is where the pie pizza place was. You see that pie symbol there. This was Obama's favorite pizza when he came here. And they do have another location in Kirkwood. This one's closed right now. And he invited them to the White House. And they accepted. They came there and they cooked for him the pizzas there because he liked it so much. So that's pie pizza. Tim McCarver. He's a Ford C. Frick Award winner also for broadcasting and World Series champion, of course. Thomas Hart Benton, one of Missouri's first senators. Frankie Muse Freeman, she has a statue in Keener Plaza. So those are some of the stars over on this side. Okay, we go over to the other side now. We're going to head back on this side. It's an Indian restaurant. There are washus very close to here. So the students can, it's another entertainment spot for them. At K-Bop, that's Korean barbecue. got a lot of liquor along there, that's for sure. Just want to take a look at this artwork down this street here real quick. Some interesting light poles here, huh? Well, here's the pageant again. Elizabeth Keckley. She's in the movie Lincoln, worked at the White House for the Lincolns. Yeah, Elizabeth Keckley, she lived in downtown St. Louis. John Hamm. You see him at the Cardinal games sometimes. The tuxedos. There's T.S. Eliot. Now he's one of the original 10. Won the Nobel Prize in Literature in 1948. And his grandfather's William Greenleaf Eliot, one of the founders of Wash U. Here's Robert Duvall. He went to Principia. Very famous actor.
Somebody should be mean to you.
Walker Hancock. He did the sculptures at the Soldiers Memorial downtown. He was part of the monuments team from World War II.
Make you come all the way over.
Hey, there's Butch O'Hare.
It should not be painted.
O'Hare Airport in Chicago is named after him. He's a St. Louisan, another World War II veteran. Here's Brett Hull right here. St. Philip Duchenne. Doris Roberts. You maybe know her from Everybody Loves Raymond. Here's that Peacock Diner here. Cool Papa Bell.
Will you disconnect your phone?
Statue of him outside Busch Stadium. Well, I cut there. We don't want to get a copyright on old Tom Petty, huh? Okay, now we're there's Jack Buck. Or you look at one thing and you miss the stars. There's the Rockettes, they started here. Over near the Fox Theater, Pierre Laclede, one of the founders again of St. Louis. That St. Louis Walk of Fame, it really is a cool, that is a cool thing. But you can get caught up in that, you miss everything else. And if you're not looking down, you'll miss those too. Now here's Harry Caray here. Now he did win 3 World Series, but with the Cardinals in 46, 64, and 67 while announcing for the Cardinals. So Cubs fans don't think he ever won, but he did, but with the Cardinals. Red Fox. Great actor. Maya Angelou. The star for Josephine Baker. There's Blueberry Hill over there. Vincent Price. Catherine Dunham. Joseph Pulitzer. He bought the Post-Dispatch. Now here's Charles Lindbergh. Now this, I do believe he is in the original 10 as well, from 1989. I believe that is one of the original 10 stars from 1989, Charles Lindbergh. Oh, there he is, Chuck Berry. There's a walkway through there. Father of rock and roll. Vintage vinyl, and Fitz is right here. Carl and Gertie Corey, talked about them on at the beginning of the Wash U video. Theodore Link, the architect. He did Union Station downtown. William Clark from Lewis and Clark. Dwight Davis. Dwight Davis Tennis Center. Tom Eagleton, he was a senator. Here's James Eads. I believe he's an original also. He's in the original 10 as well, from 1989. Built the Eads Bridge. James Buchanan Eads. That's a good one there. There's Dizzy Dean. Statue of him outside Busch Stadium, which I showed you on the downtown Eastern video. There's Dred and Harriet Scott. They have a statue outside the old courthouse. George Sisler. Jackie Smith. So we have baseball and football there. Ike Turner. Still more stars along here. David Francis. Francis Field at WashU's named after him. He was the mayor, the only person to be mayor of St. Louis and the governor of Missouri. Helped organize the 1904 World's Fair. Jimmy Connors. Jackie Joyner-Kersee. William Tecumseh Sherman.
Just not this far.
Here's Fontella Bass here. She sings Rescue Me. It's a great, great song. Great song. Roger Hornsby's. He's one of the best hitters. Okay, I guess we'll wrap it up. There, saw a lot of good stuff. That was a great walk. Thanks again, everyone, for watching. Hope you enjoyed it.